Is Trump wanting to make his America great again going to be at the expense of African countries? Yeah, we see his new policies rolled out against Mali and Burkina Faso. Recently, he told Mali that Malians that to obtain an American visa, business visa, B1, B2 visa this time, you have to drop a whopping sum of 10 to 15,000 US dollars in order to get a visitor's visa or a tourist visa, B1, B2 visa to travel to the United States now. But wait, even though these monies or bonds are refundable according to United States new visa bond program in Mali or against Mali, but Mali's government says that this is a breach or violation of bilateral agreement between Mali and the United States in 2005 that allows for multiple entries, and that there was never any agreement for monies to be dropped as a financial bond for Malians, So this has caused Malian government to retaliate back by saying any US citizen coming into Mali will also drop 10,000 US dollars as financial bond. A tit for tat, right? Do me, I do you. What does this tell us? This is a clear case of standing to fight for your rights, because if you don't, they keep on pushing whatever that comes their way down to Africa. So Mali standing up against this new breach of violation of the United States against the agreement they had in 2005 is showing actually that these countries are standing up. It's against other big African countries that we're expecting to see more efforts or more results from them, standing up against the Western imperialism in any form. So over to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has been making headlines, for turning down US proposal or agreement to host deported migrants from the United States. This is one of Trump's administration renewed foreign policy to African countries who should be willing to accept deportees, partners from African countries, to accept deportees from the United States. What is the result as Burkina Faso refused to take in deported migrants? Pushing African countries to accept third-party or third-country deportations. You may ask, what is this third country? Third country looks like third world, but they are not the same. In this aspect, it's like someone, for example, coming from Pakistan or from Venezuela trying to get into the United States illegally, and the US refuses the asylum claim or deports them, but the US may just weigh that deporting them back to their home countries can be unsafe for that individual. So they will partner with another country entirely outside or from that person's original country. What did the United States do in response to Burkina Faso's refusal to take in deportees from the US? The US shut down their embassies, refusing to give out the normal, regular, routine visas that is issued out normally. So the US refusing to allow Burkinabés to apply for visas in their home countries through the US embassy is a way or tactics that the United States wants to use to pressure the Burkina Faso government to accept whatever they bring to their table. But Burkina Faso says no, because we can see that some of these things are tactics by the United States. Why not take these deportees to their home countries, or better still, take them to other Western friends around you? United States can't try that with countries like France, Britain, Canada, to bring in deportees and tell them to take in. It's only African countries. So forget about Ghana. Ghana and Rwanda, they've done that in the past. In fact, recently Ghana accepted about 8 deportees under Trump's administration to take into Ghana, even though they disappointed or betrayed those deportees that Ghana promised to protect or keep in Ghana. But Burkina Faso feels that US is crossing the line. Burkina Faso is right on this one. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. That is one thing other African heads of states should learn from Ibrahim Traore. Trying to say no, to protect or prefer your country first. If America says or Trump says that it's America first, you also should bring in your mind that it should be your country first. It should be Africa first. It should be your individual country first. This is a clear case because there has never been any time it is recorded that the United States or UK deported an immigrant into any of these other Western countries, like I mentioned earlier. So why must it be to all these global South countries? And so they usually use African countries, South American countries as their dumping ground, even sometimes some Asian countries that are poor. You see? So is it a case of dumping ground as it used to be, or is it a case of them not having enough resources to deport these individuals back to their home countries, making these African countries a third country. So whatever may be the reason behind the United States, or in the recent past we saw the UK deporting to Rwanda, whatever may be their reason to use these African countries as a third country to deport these migrants, it might be that the US, well, can be shifting, don't want the responsibility to take in this migrant. They're shifting responsibility, or US is discouraging migration. But whatever it is, these countries this time, these African countries, the Sahel states, are saying no in every way. African countries, did they do well in rejecting these offers from the United States to be used as a third country where deportees can be dumped from the United States into their countries in Africa? Or should they accept these terms or the offers from the United States just for the sake of partnership, maybe the aids or any political support or security support that the United States is offering them? Which do you think African countries should be doing? Strive for respect and self-determination, or trade it for partnership with the United States? Let me know what your thoughts are. Drop it in the comment section, and please do not forget to subscribe, because here I talk about things that concerns Africa. See you on the next one.